My name is Fatia Anderson, and I decided to spend my service learning project helping parolees create resumes, work on interview skills to get employment, as well as give encouragement and support in any way possible. The U.S. incarceration rate is at an all-time high, and as years go by, it continues to increase. Many may believe that the prison system is filled with new populations of prisoners, when in fact, a high percentage are made up of convicted criminals that reoffend. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, inmates released from prison have a 5-year recidivism rate of 77%. I wanted to get to the root of the problem and do anything that I could to help break the reoccurring cycle. I believe recidivism is at an all-time high because of the lack of resources and guidance for men and women that have been released from prison into society. Due to the lack of support, ex-convicts easily engage in deviant behaviors that land them back into the prison system. I decided to try to break this cycle by helping parolees create resumes, work on interview skills to help get employment, as well as give encouragement and support in any way possible. By doing so, I believe this would eliminate the engagement in deviant behavior. I got in contact with Agent Bridgeford, who was a parole officer, and I told her about my project and mission. Agent Bridgeford was more than happy to help, so she introduced me to one of her parolees by the name of Harrison. Harrison was in need of assistance with creating a resume, job placement, as well as preparation for placement testing for CCP. Our first meeting, we shared some of our background for Harrison to feel a little bit more comfortable around me and open up. Harrison shared with me his history of being in and out of the prison system for the past 6 years. He explained to me how hard he found it to find employment, which caused him to backtrack to deviant behaviors that placed him back into the prison system. We also talked about what can be done to help him not reoffend, which was to find a steady job as well as attend school to work towards a career as a social worker to help troubled adolescents. Harrison also told me his strengths and job interests so that I can have an idea on the type of jobs to inform him of that we're hiring. We summed up our meeting after creating a work resume so that I can get started with assisting him with applying for jobs. Our second meeting, I found a list of jobs that were hiring that Harrison could apply to. I assisted him with applying to a couple during our meeting and printed out a list that he can take with him to apply on his own time. We also worked on interview skills. I did a mock interview and talked about the appropriate attire to wear on an interview to prepare him for when he received a call back from the employers that he had applied to. We then scheduled a date and time for the placement test for CCP so that he can start taking classes to work towards his degree. Our third and final meeting, we worked on preparing for his placement test. Harrison's weakness is math, so we worked on and refreshed his basic math skills. I also went onto the CCP website and printed out the list of classes that Harrison needs to take each semester so that he can get his associate's degree in behavioral health social work. This service learning project connects with the topic of deviance, crime, and the control theory. I believe that deviance and recidivism are actions based from the control theory. Both inner and outer controls work against deviant behaviors. People have various restraints that stop them from acting in deviant ways. Internal controls, such as conscience, values, integrity, morality, and the desire to be a good person. And outer controls, such as family, friends, religious authorities, work, and education. These inner and outer restraints form a person's self-control. Showing support, guidance, aiding in job placement, education placement, and creating a plan for progress and success would help break the cycle of recidivism. Doing this will create both inner and outer controls that will stop people from engaging in deviant behavior.